Hello citizens and welcome back. In today's series of videos I am taking a look at the 3 new ships added during CitizenCon. I have split this into 3 videos, so when you're done with this one, go watch the other 2. So let's take a look at the Gray's Market Shiv, the first ship from a brand new manufacturer, but it's definitely going to look familiar. So while walking around you can definitely see that this is a heavily modified Cutlass. The front side shields have been removed and the rear engines have been replaced with Valkyrie engines. This also unfortunately means that it loses VTOL abilities, but that might be a bug because it kind of looks like they could rotate. Also, 2 additional engines have been added. Looking at the rear of the ship, we can see that there has been a exhaust type thing added to the top. And we can see a close-up of the Valkyrie engines that have been added. Moving on to the ramp controls, you can see that the buttons have been replaced with a lever, which is similar to the Corsair elevators rather than the original Cutlass buttons. In the cargo area we see a couple changes. First of all, jump seats are gone, or well, seats are gone. And we see the same lever design on the interior door controls. And here we see the cargo area, and as you can see, the side doors are missing, which you can see from the outside as well. And the cargo area is more narrow, it doesn't have that wide section that the Cutlass has. And here's the unfinished panel that CAG likes so much. You can also see all the loose cables and pipes and all that, but generally you see a lot of similarities with the original Cutlass. So let's close the door and check out the bridge area. And actually here you can see the area where the door would be on the original Cutlass. And of course the fuse box. And now let's have a look at the bridge. So you see that they added this little hallway thing and the door, which actually looks really good. And in the bridge area, not much actually changed. We still have the beds, but the third entrance now has a door and it has the quote-unquote bathroom with the 2 buckets and a bunch of toilet paper. And the turret is now sealed off because it's now remote. Oh, and you can actually sit on the bucket too. Yep, this is the upgrade the Cutlass needed this whole time. So you also have a hand wash bucket and some empty bottles. Moving back out, you have the beds, the engineer console, a weapons rack, and a small fuse box right next to it, and lockers on the other side. So let's have a look at the seats. And I think the entrance looks a little bit different than the original. First, looking at the gunner seat, now instead of the co-pilot seat, since it controls the remote turret at the top. So let's have a look at the remote turret. So I believe it's 4 size 3s that you're getting. It is energy repeaters, and the original ones are some weird custom ones. And you can also see that you have the same missile layout as the Cutlass. But looking at the rotation, you can actually aim at your own ship now. Which might be a bug, might be intentional, since the ship is very much assembled by hand. So let's switch over to the pilot seat and let's try to fly this thing. And now I'm seeing that the lower windows are now covered, which is not exactly helping visibility. And looks like this thing has a bespoke booting screen. And the dashboard looks a little bit different than the original Cutlass. So my first impressions of flight in the Shiv are actually very good. It really flies like a more lightweight, more powerful Cutlass. But that begs the question of whether armor was sacrificed to increase mobility, which could impact how this thing handles in a fight. I did actually manage to grab a working bounty mission on this one, so let's have a look at what the firepower looks like. First of all, excuse my flying, I haven't done combat flying in a very long time, and second, even though the turret is controlled remotely by the gunner, it is actually slaved to the pilot when there is no gunner, which might be intentional, might be a bug, but I hope they keep this because it's very cool and very interesting. But overall, from this quick fight, my impressions of the Shiv are really good. It is maneuverable, it has a lot of firepower, and it even has 32 SC of cargo in case you want to use this thing to run bunker missions or maybe do small hauling. Really, the options are very good, and I think it's a very good upgrade for the Cuddy Black. You do lose a little bit of cargo space, but you do gain a whole lot of firepower. I haven't looked at the health pool, but I would expect it's more or less the same. So I guess we will see how CAG balance it. So what do you think about the Shiv? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you like this video, sacrifice a like and a comment, or maybe even a hype to the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more if you're not subscribed. Also, here's a shout out to my amazing patrons and channel members for their support of the channel and everything else I do. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos I published on the new ships, I think you should go watch them now. Thank you for watching, fly safe, and I will see you in the verse.